right, well, good evening. Welcome to Strength Flow. Coach Chris here. Got 20 minutes to dance. Make sure we got some room out in front of you to get started. We're going to work that nice strong hinge. Go ahead and walk those hands on out to that plank position. Taking your time, really gripping into that floor. All right, once we get here, if this is the first thing you're doing today, it might be a bit intense, so be nice to the body as you work that left foot up. All right, get right outside of that left hand if you can. Turn out that foot a little bit if you need to. And then roll nice and long from the top of your head through that right heel. Create tension through that rib cage, but then you're more than welcome to move through the hips. Maybe wake up those ankles a little bit. Now let's lower down that left shoulder. Breathe. Left hand to sky. Strong rotation, really rotating through those hips in this position. Taking that left hand under and through the body, almost like you're reaching for that right foot. Left hand to sky, again, rotating through those hips. You're going to want that stretch through that QL, through that hip. And then left hand outside of left foot. Pull that left hip back, deep hamstring stretch. Breathe. And left hand inside of that left foot. Let's take that left foot on back, switching it out with the right. Okay, if you need to walk it up or take it out a little bit, that's absolutely fine. Nice and long from the top of your head through that left heel. Tension through the rib cage, and you're more than welcome to get to move through the hip. Challenge those ankles a little bit more. Let's lower down that right shoulder. Right hand to sky. Rotating through the hip. Right hand under and through the body. Almost like you're reaching for that left foot. Right hand to sky. Right hand outside of that right foot. Pulling that right hip back. Syncing up with that left side. And take that tension off, right hand inside that right foot comes back nice and strong, gripping the floor as we walk those hands on back, rising up vertebrae by vertebrae. Excellent, all right. Moving into our Cossack squat, you're gonna take a nice exaggerated stance, right? So we're nice and comfortable in those hips, they're ready to dance. Let's turn those toes out just a little bit, make life slightly easier. And we're gonna take that left hip and pull it down towards that left heel. Okay, so we're pointing straight down towards the heel. We're not moving over laterally. And now we're going to shift that right hip over top that right heel. Back to left. And right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Last time left. Last time, right, and stand tall. So again, we're going to work some lateral lunges later. So I really want you to rethink that. So I'm going to turn sideways. You're just watching for a moment. We're pulling that left hip down towards that left heel. So from the side, it just looks like a squat. Where people tend to go wrong with their lateral lunges, they tend to follow it over, and they put a lot of stress on your knee. Don't do that. All right? So moving into our workout. We got 3 movements we're going to start off with. We're going to work about 2 rounds. Once you get moving, you can work at your pace. We're going to work roughly 40 to 50 seconds of each of the movements. All right? We're going to get through our first 2 rounds, and then we're going to move on to an entire new set of movements. So our first one to start things off today is our sprawl to up dog. It looks like a burpee. Don't think of it like a burpee. All right, so make sure you got plenty of room behind you and in front of you. Find your athletic stance. Join me as you pull down those hips. Squat position, hands to floor. Jump those feet on back. Lift that chest. And now tighten up that belly as you drive those feet back forward to that athletic position, nice and tall. Your pace, let's work. Sprawl to up dog. Staying quick and light on the feet. Strong through the belly. You can make this as metabolic as you like. So working those quick reps, or you can spend some time really lengthening out that body in any of these positions. Strong through those hands. Got about 15 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right. So now let's make sure you got plenty of room laterally, so side to side. We're going to work a crossover lunge to a lateral lunge. So a lot of movement. Your right foot's not going to move. So lift that left foot up for me. All right, there's your left foot. Left foot's going to step back and across. Okay, it kind of looks like a curtsy lunge. We're going to pull down. My right knee stays over top of the toes. I'm going to stand back up. Left foot's going to step out, pulling down that lateral lunge. Back up, crossover. Back up, lateral. Tap the floor as much as you need to. Well, you're working right from that crossover to that lateral lunge. Listen to your body, only go as deep as you can control. And really pay attention to that crossover lunge, making sure that knee is staying over those toes. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and I'll finish up the rep. And relax. You might have guessed it. We're working opposite side. We're still making sure you have plenty of room, working side to side. Left foot's going to stay planted. Let's move that right foot around a little bit. We know what our right foot is. Stepping over, crossover, tall, lateral. Back to that crossover. Back to that lateral. Your pace. You're tapping that floor as you need to. Your pace needs to feel controlled. So you're never chasing the body. You don't feel like you're losing control of any of this movement. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. All right, feel woken up by now. We're going back to our sprawled up dog. Give me 2 rounds of this one. Big breath. Making sure we have plenty of room front to back. Pull those hips down, chest stays proud, that squat position, hands to floor. Don't feet back, drop hips, lift chest, and up. Your pace. With all of these movements, I want you to think about what brought you here tonight. Okay, if you want to get a little bit of sweat, you can pick that pace up. Okay, if you want to mobilize, you want to get stronger in those in ranges, slow it down. Find more comfort in those bottom positions. Don't worry about the reps, worry about the tension. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, finish up that rep. Good work. All right, big breath. Right foot's gonna stay still. We're working that crossover lunge. Same mentality, all right? If you came here for a little bit more, become stronger in your end ranges, more mobility, don't rush out of these positions, all right? Left foot goes across, stepping it across, lateral, and back to that crossover. If you're rushing out of your lateral position, see if you can get comfortable down here before driving back up. Plenty of time, no rush. About 10 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and relax. Woo! All right. Last time doing those with your right foot staying planted. One more round. Right foot's coming across this time. Left foot staying planted. Remember which one's our right foot? All right. Crossover. Lateral. Your pace. Yeah, maybe see what it feels like to spin that extra breath in that bottom position. Your bottom may look much better or a little less as deep as mine, and that's absolutely fine. Whatever your position is, that's your position. That's what you need to master. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. If you have any water nearby, we're going to grab a quick sip, all right? So we're moving into our next superset, our next series. You may notice we haven't done a lot of groundwork so far. We're going to fix that, all right? So we're going to work on some kick throughs while you're grabbing your sip of water. I'm going to get your eyes on me so you get reminded what a kick through to scorpion to crab reach is, all right? So we'll be in that beast position. You just worry about your eyes right now. Left hand will lift as that right heel comes through. And then you're going to come back to that beast. That right foot's going to continue to travel around the body. And also we'll be in this crab position. We're going to add a strong reach. And the right foot's going to come back across. And we're going to stay with that one side for about 50 seconds, so you don't need to rush it. All right? So join me. If you have no idea what you just saw, I'm going to coach you through it. If you know that one well, go start dancing. Beast position, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Left hand is going to lift. As that right foot comes under and through the body, you're going to drive through that right heel. Pull that right heel back towards the body, left hand to floor. Right heel goes up to the sky, reaching across and over the body. Let that right hand off the ground. Right hand stays off the ground as we reach the hips. Reach that right hand towards that left. Hips come back down. The right foot comes back over, back to that kick through. Left hand comes back to ground. Right heel comes across. Drop hips, lift hips, reach. Again, we're staying with one side. That left foot has not left the ground yet. I'm only on rep 3, nice and slow and controlled. Last 10, 9, breathe. You're in control. Finish up that rep. Finish it up. Relax. All right. We switch around. Actually, I'll stay facing that direction so we see both sides. Same thing, opposite side. Big breath. I'm going to coach you back through it again. If you know that movement, go ahead and dance. Beast. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Knees are off the ground. Right hand lifts as that left heel presses through the body. Right hand comes back to ground as that left heel goes high to the sky. Kick it all the way across. Right hand stays on the ground as that left hand reaches for the right. Hips go high. Pull back down. Left foot comes off the ground. Follow it back to that kick through. Heel to sky. Crab reach. Nice and strong. Left foot comes back and across. Reset in that beast position anytime you need to. If you're watching the screen, you may notice I'm kind of skipping it. Challenging that transition a little bit more. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Woo! Seated position. Plenty of room behind you. Nothing in the world that you can hit your head on. Please double check. You don't want to forget about that kettlebell you got back there. We're going to work some rolls. Exactly what it sounds like. Imagine you're a kid again doing gymnastics. All right, so we're nice and tall. I want you to start lying back. Let those feet go to the sky. And then back to seated position. Back again. Feet go high. Seated. And you can get as aggressive with this as you like. You're strong. Come back onto those shoulders as much as you would like, but never onto the neck. You can use those hands or elbows to help support. But right now, we're just going roll back to seated. Feels good to roll, right? And when you all get back to the office, we can start doing roll breaks. Might catch a few looks. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. All right, so you got a good memory. You know we got 2 rounds, so we're moving back to that kick through. Got some time. Your back is decompressed now. We're feeling a little more limber, hopefully. Maybe a little more fatigued, but limber nonetheless. Big breath. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Left hand lifts as that right heel drives through with intent. Now pull that right heel back to the body, left hand to ground, right heel goes up to the sky, over to that crab position. Reach that right hand overhead, back down. Right foot comes back and across. Back to that kick through. Back to that scorpion. Crab reach. Back to reverse that scorpion. Kick through. Plenty of time. You're halfway through this side. About 15 more seconds. Remember, your goal is to succeed, to become stronger. So you work where you feel comfortable. If you need to stay with that kick through, stay with that kick through. Last 4, 3, 2, finish up that rep. Woo! Big breath. We got the other side to work. All right, if you're feeling the wrist, do me a favor. Grip onto the floor this time, all for, imagine you're climbing a building. You got Spider-Man's powers, using those fingertips. All right, so don't let those wrists do all the work. All right, these positions, strong fingers. Left heel drives through as that right hand lifts. Pull that left heel back towards the body, scorpion, reach the sky. Left hand goes high, hips reach. Woo, nice good opener. Left foot comes back up. With that kick through, scorpion, reach, stay strong. And make sure you're in control. I know my hips starting to get a little tired. I can feel the sloppiness wanting to take over. Not letting it. 10 seconds. Finish up that rep, whatever you're on. Ooh. Ooh, big breath. Seated position. All right. So while you're taking some deep breaths, eyes on me for a moment. If that roll back was fun, maybe a little too easy for you, you can have some fun. You can tuck one foot behind. You can work a hip extension. Okay? So what did that do? As I came up, I just dropped one foot behind the other. In this position, with that momentum, pull yourself up much like a hip extension in our shin box. All right, or just roll. Let's work. Take it back, seated position. If you like to work that hip extension, tuck one foot back, pull yourself up, foot goes flat, switching out sides. Just do me a favor, wherever you're working, you feel like you're in control. Okay, you're never rushing out of it. You're very aware of what's behind you, especially if there's like a squat rack or a bunch of kettlebells that you could wrap your head on. 20 seconds. Last 10. 4, 3, 2, and relax. Good work. Let's come on over. Kneeling position. If you don't mind sitting on the feet, if you can take the top of your feet to the floor, that's where I'd like for you to be. If that hurts, I don't want you to be there. Tuck those feet under, sit on those toes. Just stretch out the feet instead. Either of those positions, I'm happy with. Wherever you go, I want you nice and tall, shoulder blades back and down, tall through the head. Breathe in through the belly, through the nose. Exhale, slow out of the mouth. Let's do that again. Slow exhale. Got time for one more. Well, y'all are awesome. Thank you very much for spending your evening with me. If you have not yet, go fuel up. You've earned it. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you back here tomorrow, 5:30. It'll be me again, so hope to see you. And I'll stay classy out there.